Welcome to Library Creamy and welcome to Library Cleaning. If you're not working for certain game developers, you might like the game I'm going to talk about now. I have been playing Divinity Original Sin 3, Baldur's Gate 3 non-stop. I got the game in early access, but at some point I just got sick of having to start over every time we got a new patch. So I forgot about the game for a while, then I started seeing gameplay videos of the official launch on YouTube. And I thought, oh shit, that looks so good. And also, oh shit, I don't think I can play that on my laptop anymore. Honestly, I didn't expect my laptop that threatens me with a low degree burn whenever I play Sims 4 or Planet Coaster could run the official launch version, but boy oh boy did it run smoothly like a dollop of margarine on a rye bread. And the characters are just so attractive, except for Gale, that is. I just bleh. But others are fine. Oh, Mintara? I gutted her like fish every time. Anyway, my favorite characters in the game are Astarion and Kalark. My heart broke and fluttered at the same time when Astarion killed his master and cried uncontrollably, and just the way he talks. And Kalark, she is like a big dog and I want to give her the biggest hug in the world, even though I really don't care for dogs. I was really distraught in the end. After everything was done, Astarion had to leave or run away because of sunlight. I wanted to taste wine that didn't taste like vinegar with Astarion, even though in real life I don't fuck with wine or tequila. So I decided to give Astarion and Kalark some peaceful life that our heroes truly deserve, but not in Faerun, but in the world of Sims 4, where everything is possible if you buy DLCs or download mods. So let's give our precious dainty yet the brightest Ruby Astarion a happy ending that he truly deserves. I tried my best to make this sim look like Astarion, but I somehow couldn't. So let's just assume his beautiful face somehow got fucked up a bit when he was traveling through dimension and shit, and his language cortex is damaged, so he can now only speak in gibberish. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about because I didn't watch Doctor Who or TARDIS. No, they're the same thing, right? And let's say we both forgot what his last name was, so I made his last name High Elf. But I later found out that his last name is Ankunin. Thank you, friendly redditor Lot Owl. Did I say that right? Now that we brought Astarion safely, let's give him a safe place to stay. But at that moment, I didn't really feel like building buildings because I spent too much energy creating Astarion from botched. So I just made Astarion a little camp. I mean, he is used to it. He will be fine. He didn't complain, but I felt kind of sorry, and he was getting hungry or thirsty. So I gave him this unfinished restaurant that sells plasma fruit dish. And I sent Astarion to the Lumiere looking like man, who is like the main character in Sims 4 Vampire contents, to train Astarion, that is. And then, because this was a town with such a big history, I built a museum, but I didn't really like it, and I just found that there were not that many things to just display in the museum, so I just turned it into a library because this channel is Library Creamy. Please subscribe. And now it's time to bring Kalark and also the arsehole Cazador. I built a little makeshift chamber for Cazador because I care. Of course, he cannot get out of there, and he will be tortured inside, but he deserved it so. And I trained Astarion to be the master vampire, and for him to have his own lair, he has to deal with the other master vampire. Oh no, Astarion didn't kill him. He just cured the master vampire's vampirism, and also Kalark's. She suffered enough. But I wanted them to be able to defend themselves, so I made them into wizards. See, I can be nice when I feel like it, that is. And Astarion resumed torturing Cazador by beating him in the duel and humiliating him. But then, when Astarion dueled him outside, Cazador killed himself by standing in the sun for too long. Stupid. But I brought him back so he can suffer more. After letting our precious Astarion have his fun with the loser Cazador, I decided to present Astarion a castle befitting the master vampire. But I was so devastated because I built a castle and almost finished it, but I didn't save and I got the white screen because I was just surfing the web. To be honest, I was actually looking for the cheat, but so I had to start over. And after the castle was finally built, of course, I spent some time torturing Cazador. because again, he deserves it. Now that we have Castle Astarion, now it's time to recruit his spawns, his little minions. So I built a lounge to lure some celebrities because Astarion deserves only the very best. And I found the first two victims, minions. One was from the Get Together DLC, Candy, and the other one was Dustin Brooke, I just like his name, and he ended up being flirty with his master Astarion, such an ambitious soul for a Vlook with the surname of Brooke, so I made them engage to each other in the end, but that happens later, so it doesn't really matter. And I also brought back my other sims from Strangerville, Ambrosia Sandwich and her ex-boyfriend and his boyfriend, Zachary L and Tyron Sigwards, just to make things messy, but they were just blasé with each other, so it was just disappointing. In the end, it became full house, as Astarion even witnessed his minions marrying each other. Zachary married Tyron Sigwards in the castle, and Ambrosia Sandwich got married to this new guy I made for her. Unfortunately, Ambrosia Sandwich flirted with her ex-boyfriend right before her wedding, right before the eyes of her soon-to-be married husband, so she got divorced right after her wedding. I tried to make you the greatest politician in the world and you pulled this? I am so proud of you. You will make a fine politician. After the atrocious wedding, I saw that they were sad, but what can you do? They kind of deserved it. I didn't really care for both of them, so life goes on, I guess. And then I noticed something. After the wedding, of course, those two who were supposed to be married, just like they look miserable. But others are miserable as well. And I noticed that these vampire sims are not happy. They're always so thirsty. The main reason I removed Collar from this household, made Ambrosia's boyfriend, was that they would just suck Collar's plasma every chance they got. When I made a whole greenhouse full of plasma fruit tree for them in the basement and got inventory full of plasma packs for them, they're just always thirsty. They're miserable. And I realized maybe Astarion should be cured of vampirism as well. So I decided to relocate Astarion and his main man Dustin to sunny Windenburg, and also Collar. And because I was such a basic bitch in my playthrough, Collar always ended up in Avernus with Will. And Will is nothing but an idiot with Messiah syndrome, but with a good heart. So why not bring him here as well? I'm feeling generous. It's not going to cost me shit, so there you have it. They are now in this weird ass house I built years ago because I simply had no more capacity in my brain to build any more buildings. And also because it didn't look sunny enough, I put Astarion in a restaurant by the beach. The one that Ambrosia Sandwich got dumped, that is. So there we have it. I turned Astarion's castle in Forgotten Hollow into a renter place, and then I made all the remaining Astarion's minions move into Bloodiest Castle along with Cazador. It is truly over. Astarion, Collark, and Will, our heroes, are truly out of harm's way. May they live happily ever after in the world of Sims 4 until they are needed to save Faerun again, that is. Meanwhile, in Forgotten Hollow, Cazador succeeded in convincing one of Astarion's minions to turn him into vampire. Could he possibly be plotting against Astarion, his former spawn, who turned master? But it is not going to happen. We granted him the death by a killer rabbit. Our merciless killer rabbit bites into pathetic flesh of Cazador, savoring every sinew and bones again. Cazador dies twice and will stay dead this time. And Astarion and his friends lived happily ever after. The end.
Oi, you there? Subscribe, like, or you are go like a gobbo.